Are you ready for this week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week, presented by JR's Maintenance, for your viewing pleasure here on WHIG TV? Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's JR's Maintenance WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Wes Bradshaw, coming to you from the capstone Rocky Mount High School as the Griffons host the Firebirds of Southern Nash High School in a mid-season battle with big-time conference championship implications. Both teams coming into this ball game undefeated in the league. Rocky Mount, the host, 5-2 overall. They are 3-0 in this. I'm still calling it the Big East Conference, folks. Y'all call whatever you want. The state can call whatever they want. It's still the Big East to me. Southern Nash, 6-0 overall. They are 3-0 in the conference as well. And tonight, these two meet up in a ball game that in the past has really produced some fireworks, has produced some big-time displays. Folks, we have seen a lot of fun football games between the Griffons and the Firebirds. It means a lot when these two hook up, and we're going to have it right here for you tonight on WHIG TV. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, 2 locations to serve you in Wilson and Tarboro. JR's Maintenance, commercial and industrial metal fabrication services. Small Shops Mall at 2916 Sunset Avenue, the former Steinmart building in Rocky Mount. And Don Bullock Chevrolet at 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Folks, we told you both these teams coming in tonight undefeated in the Big East. Both of them 3-0. They've done it a little differently, though. Southern Nash has, well, they've just been Southern Nash this year. They've been blowing people away. Take out a game we did just a few weeks ago with Nash Central in a game that they were severely hampered due to COVID protocol. And Southern Nash is once again putting up a lot of points and not allowing very many. Coming off a win a week ago against Bunn, 42-14. Like we said, they are 6-0. Rocky Mount, they're 5 wins on the season. Rocky Mount got off to a win to start the year with Tarboro, then lost a couple straight. They've won their last 4. Also a win in there over Bunn and Nash Central. Last week had to come from behind to beat Roanoke Rapids. And this week, I'd venture to say this is the best team they played.
2-1.
As we said, folks, both these teams coming into tonight's game undefeated in conference play. They've done it in different ways. Rocky Mount has been more the scraping out of the wins this year. A tight one against Tarboro to open the year, a couple of tight losses. And then they've won their last 4 straight, including a come-from-behind win against Roanoke Rapids last week, 13-10. Win over Nash Central and Bunn in there. Where Southern Nash is just doing what we are used to Southern Nash doing, blowing teams away. They're putting a lot of points on the board. They're not allowing very many coming the other way. An outlier a few weeks ago against Nash Central, a 13-6 win, but they were dealing with a lot of COVID protocol in that game. So we didn't see the best of Southern Nash in that game, but they still found a way to get the job done, which at the end of the day, that's all you really care about is getting the job done. This is a split conference this year. We've talked about that over the last month, the 2A, 3A portion of it. Well, the teams, they were starting off playing the opposites. So Rocky Mount and Southern Nash have both played all of the 2A teams in the conference. And once again, they're both sitting at 3-0. Northern Nash in the same boat with that. This week, those teams are kicking off the 4A part of their schedule. And folks, we are ready to kick off this ball game. There's the boot. And Southern going to be kicking it to the Griffons. Griffons going to fair catch that ball out at about the 22-yard line, so they'll bring it forward. And Rocky Mount will start off with the ball tonight. Stephen Jones be the man under center. We're assuming will be number 2. And we saw him against Nash Central just a few weeks ago. Young man has some talent, throws a nice ball. Receivers somewhat let him down against Nash Central, so let's see if those guys can hold on to the football for him tonight. Folks, as you know, I haven't made a secret over the years. I'm an old Rocky Mount guy, and still seeing Rocky Mount now for the first time in all blue with the blue helmets still kind of throws me for a little bit of a loop. But here we go. Jones drops back on first down. Jones is in trouble and going down inside the 10-yard line. An inauspicious way to start this football game for the Griffons. And for Southern Nash, that is 31. Antonio Woodard, the senior defensive end, with the big sack, the big loss of yardage. And very early, Rocky Mount finding themselves behind the 8 ball. But you look at Southern this year, they have definitely been the more dominant of these two teams. For Rocky Mount, they cannot find themselves – they don't want to find themselves getting down early and having to try to come back in this football game. Southern Nash just has a way of taking control and squeezing you as we approach the 11-minute mark here at the first quarter. No score, first drive of the game. Rocky Mount have the 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff going around left side. Looking for some running room, not finding any. And going down is Elijah Battle. And 3rd down and long coming up for Rocky Mount. And the Griffons are going the wrong way on this drive. Rocky Mount huddles up. They'll break it 3rd and long. He's got 2 receivers split out to his right. 1 back behind him, 1 on the wing. Jones turns, handoff, going around right side, breaks a tackle, slides through the hole. And not a bad run at all from Elijah Battle, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down, and that will bring out the Rocky Mount punt team. So Southern Nash comes out, gets the job done on the first drive of the ballgame. Back for the Griffons to punt, Sam Strachan. Strachan also plays linebacker for Rocky Mount. Snap, not much pressure coming. Strachan gets the punt off. It'll take a bounce. Southern Nash just going to let it go. And the Firebirds will take over. Jackson Vick was the deep man. Vick, you'll see him at running back tonight. You'll see him play some DB. A North Carolina State commit, one of the most talented top players, definitely in all of Nash County. And I would expect to see a nice diet of him being fed the football. Handoff at the middle, that's going absolutely nowhere. Griffon front with the big stop. And that was Sammy Gandy on the carry. That's one thing you'll see with Southern Nash is they will cycle in these running backs. They've got about half a dozen of them who are good ones. You should notice the pink tonight, of course. October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So you'll see the teams breaking out the pink with the socks and the undershirts. I know in the past we've seen Southern Nash repaint the field pink. Handoff. Going up the middle, and that's not getting much of anywhere. Rocky Mount saying that ball popped out. I believe it is going to stay with the Firebirds. Gain of a couple yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 coming up for Southern. Southern in Rocky Mountain territory. Handoff coming around left side, shaking and baking into the secondary. Going to be knocked out of bounds. Traylon Mitchell gets the call and gets a big carry around left side. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down. And an early missed opportunity for Rocky Mountain to try to get that Southern offense off the field. It'll be 1st and 10 Firebirds. Ball spotted at the Rocky Mount 26-yard line. Man in motion, handoff. Going behind the left guard. And that's Gandy on the carry. Gain of, let's give him 3 yards on that. Bring up 2nd down and 7 just outside the Rocky Mount red zone. Those Griffons do come into this game with a stingy defense. If you look at the numbers they've given up recently, 10 to Roanoke Rapids, 8 to Nash Central, only 6 to Bunn, 6 to Goldsboro. They do not give up a lot. They're going to need that defense to step up big tonight, and they're going to need that offense to help keep up. Toss sweep going right side. That's Gandy. Gandy stretches it. Oh, he gets a big hit coming out of the secondary. Gandy picking up a couple of yards on the play. That's our friend the punter, Sam Strachan. Excuse me, that wasn't Strachan. That was 22, Taquan Williams, the junior linebacker, coming over, laying the big hit. And it's a big third down coming up for the Firebirds. 3rd down and 5, ball on the 21-yard line. Check in, handoff, right side. That's Jackson Vick. Vick going forward. He's going to be hit at the line by Williams. Looks like he is going to be short of the first down. 4th down coming up. After seeing Southern a few weeks ago, I have no doubts we're going to see Southern just line up and go for this. Quickly to the line, 4th down, and there's movement up front against Rocky Mount. Folks, when you are trying to get the job done, the last thing you can do is hurt yourself with the penalties. Rocky Mount's got to be careful that night. 6:52 to go here in the first quarter. No score, Southern Nash driving. And now they have a first down from, let's see, we're going to spot that ball from inside the Rocky Mount 15-yard line. Looking to throw over top. Oh, just out of the reach of the receiver. And Southern, it looked like they had a good play call on Brock Alford, the quarterback. Just couldn't get it to the receiver. So I believe that was Vick breaking into the back. Alford had drawn in the defense, unable to complete the pass. 2nd down coming up for the Firebirds. Handoff left side. Running back loses his footing. That's Mitchell. Traylon will get some positive yardage. He'll move up there at the, it's like they're on about the 11-yard line. Another big 3rd down coming up. Rocky Mount does understand this is 2-down territory, or 4-down territory, excuse me. 2 plays yet to come here for Southern. Firebirds can get a first down inside the Rocky Mount 5. Vick getting his tight end lined up properly. That's an interesting formation, but it's not going anywhere. Traylon Mitchell is dropped in the backfield. Flag on the play. That was an interesting formation. Interesting formation. I think Southern was saying the same things. That's a false start. So somebody was moving too early. Like Jackson Vick was trying to get people lined up on it. And Rocky Mount going to decline the penalty. So they'll take the loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down, 11 coming up for Southern. Let's see if Rocky Mount can bow those necks and keep them out of the end zone, keep them off a first down. And Alford's going to take a timeout. He was trying to get the hard count on the Griffons. Timeout on the field for Southern Nash. All right, Southern going to set up for the field goal attempt. Jonathan Daniels, snap is there, hold is there, kick is on the way, and it's good. Southern Nash strikes first. The Firebirds lead it 3-0 here on the game of the week. So let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with the rest of the first quarter here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
Hey guys, welcome back to the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Southern Nash leading the Griffons of Rocky Mount 3-0, and they are kicking it off as we continue first quarter action. And Rocky Mount going to call for the fair catch. Yeah, it just works out better for Rocky Mount at this point. They're going to end up with solid field position off of it. Don't have to worry so much about turnovers or anything going wrong. 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. 3-0 Firebirds leading the Griffons. Oh, it's a beautiful night here in Rocky Mount. Feels great. It's been just beginning of the week was a little tough on the weather, but it has really picked up nicely. Most big thanks to today's game sponsors: New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, Small Shops Mall, and of course Don Bullock Chevrolet. Big thanks to all those guys. Jones takes a snap, handoff, going up the middle. Not a lot of yardage to be found. Griffin's going to get up to about the 25-yard line. I've got to see who my ball carrier was. And I'm still looking for a number on him. Looks like it was number 5. Cameron Jones was your ball carrier. Gain of 3 on the play. Nice little run on first down. 2nd down and 7 coming up for Rocky Mount. Jones drops, throws. He's going downfield and knocked away. Intended receiver for Rocky Mount was Cialio Alphonse. And on the defense, good job by, it's like Thomas Copeland. Doing a good job defending on the outside for Southern Nash. And it brings up 3rd down and long for Rocky Mount. That's the only problem when you throw on 2nd down and don't get anything out of it. You leave yourself tough 3rd downs. Griffons have been in this part of the field pretty much the entire ball game so far. Jones man in motion. Quick snap. Throw out into the flat. Overthrows his intended target. Was looking for Elijah Battle on the little swing pass. Incompletion will bring up 4th down, and it'll bring out the Rocky Mount punt team. Those New Southern Loans personal and auto loans apply today. 2 locations to serve you: 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson, 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro. Check them out. New Southern Loans. Strachan gets it off. Decent punt. Takes a bounce. Oh, but up with it, Southern Nash. Southern breaking it. There is a flag down. Gandy on the return. He's going to be tackled out near the 37. I believe it was Strachan who went up and made the tackle in the open field, the punter. Folks, you did see a flag coming at the bottom of your screen. Nice punt return by Southern Nash. And penalty will be assessed against Southern. So unfortunately, I missed the referee's call. May have been a hold, may have been a block in the back, but this ball's coming all the way back to the 35-yard line. So Southern loses a big chunk of what they made in the return due to the penalty. Alford, toss, Jackson Vick coming around right side. Vick slides a tackle. Vick slides another one. He cuts back inside. Vick's got a 1st down and more. He's up over the 50-yard line. Justin Vick, a 5'11", 170-pounder. Looks like there may have been was there a flag on that play as well? There is. I see the flag now, folks. I missed it the first time. Well, it's going to be a personal foul, looks like, against Southern Nash. All right, so they're going to walk it off. So Southern, a couple of big plays that they made here. Both have gone back due to penalties. First down, toss sweep, looking for Jackson Vick again, and this time Rocky Mountain is all over Vick in the backfield. Loss on the play will bring up second down. So after everything we've seen, it's second down now. It's a special Thursday night football edition of the Big East Conference. Yeah, I know for some of you out there, I keep calling it the Big East Conference. I don't know what they renamed them. I don't think they renamed conferences. It's just like Conference 19, Area 3. I don't play that game, folks. You know me. I don't play that. This is the Big East. These are the beasts from the East. Southern Nash, Rocky Mountain, Northern. It's just how it is. Delay a game penalty going to be against Southern Nash. 3:58 to go here in the first quarter. It's been a sloppy drive from Southern. They lead at 3-0. One thing about Southern Nash, though, you got a guy like Jackson Vick, a guy like Sammy Gandy and Traylon Mitchell on the field. You are one broken tackle, one missed assignment away from them sprinting down the field. And here comes Mitchell going left side. Mitchell gets to the outside. Mitchell cuts back in, and he's going to be tackled just before the 50, and a late flag coming in. That's going to be a late hit against Rocky Mount. Mitchell was already out of bounds and then took an extra lick from a Rocky Mount defender. That's be the second penalty on Rocky Mount. Both of those are just discipline penalties. The first one was jumping on a hard count. And this one, at the end of a run, going to tack on some more yardage. So Rocky Mount not doing themselves any favors at the moment. All right, so after our penalty yardage marked off, Southern going to have the ball at the 40-yard line. They're still finally getting back near where the original punt return was. Alford drops. He's looking to throw. Man over top. Caught. That's Justin Vick. Nobody's going to catch him. Put 6 on the board, Firebird fans. That is a Southern Nash touchdown. 40 yards through the air from Brock Alford to Justin Vick. And the Firebirds are an extra point away from pushing this out to a 10-point advantage as we are getting late in the first quarter here at Rocky Mount. Southern Nash bringing out the extra point team. Jonathan Daniels, who hit the field goal earlier, will be out to attempt. Alford is the holder. Snap, hold, kick on the way. Daniels' kick is through the uprights. It's good. 10-0. Southern Nash leading the Griffons. So we take a quick scan of the field. 3:33 to go here in the first quarter. Southern ready to kick it off. They lead 10-0 here late in the first quarter. They're one of those somewhat mortar kicks. This time, the Rocky Mountain deciding they're taking it out. Decent return on the kick from Cameron Jones. And the Griffons will have it 1st and 10, and Rocky Mountain needs an answer. They trail at 10-0. They came up with a defensive stop on the first Southern Nash drive, resulted in the field goal. Had some good moments on the next drive, but a penalty put Southern in a good position, and then Jackson Vick getting behind the Griffon secondary. Ends with him racing into the end zone for a touchdown. Stephon Jones, handoff, Elijah Battle going around left side. Battle's not going to have any running room. He's going to lose a few yards on that play. That one developed just a tad bit too slow for Battle to have anything going outside. Southern doing a good job up front, getting a push on the Rocky Mount line. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Griffons. Folks, we talked about the Rocky Mount defense has been their steadiest spot all year. Well, they've given up 10 points here in the first quarter. The offense needs to step up and give them a little bit of help. Jones has 2 backs in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers in the spread. Jones in trouble, and Jones is going to go down at the 25-yard line. Let's check out who got that sack for Southern Nash. That was 33, Mitchell Jones. And Dontavius Kingsbury Evans were both in on that. Loss on the play. And Rocky Mount now finding themselves behind the 8 ball. They need to come up with a big play. Jones gets the call from the sideline. Has a deep back. Oh, fumble on the snap. Jones gets rid of it, just chucks it down the field, and no penalty on the play. I don't have an issue with that. It was thrown up there. Zion Nicholson was in good coverage, had some contact. Fourth down, Rocky Mount going to have to punt it away. Strachan, good snap. Strachan gets a nice little punt off. Takes a bounce. Almost looked like he hit a Southern player. Rocky Mount going to touch it dead at around the 45-yard line. Firebirds will take over. 1:35 to go in the first quarter. Southern Nash 10, Rocky Mount 0. That ball spotted, as we said, at the 45. Gandy on the field, as is Vic. And we have a new quarterback in the ball game for Southern Nash. That is Zyshawn White. And going on our right side. Nice pickup on first down for the Firebirds. So Oliver threw that touchdown pass. He's not back in the ball game at this point. I didn't see anything physically happen to him. But Zyshawn White, the senior in the ball game. Two backs in the backfield. Two tight ends. And off up the middle, still fighting for it, is Sammy Gandy. It'll be enough for a Southern Nash first down. Firebirds moved the ball, moved the chains. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, and of course, Don Bullock Chevrolet. This is, of course, the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. You catch it right here like you do every week on WHIG TV. It's been maybe our most flexible season doing the game of the week for you guys. We've had dates change. We've had announcers change. I'm sorry you haven't got a full season of me. I know that's hard. Handoff up the middle. Nice pickup on first down by Southern. And that's going to be Justin Vick on the carry. So we hope you guys have enjoyed it. Only a few weeks left of the season. Next week, a big one. And whatever happens in this game and then happens in the Northern Nash Franklinton game will have a lot to do with it. But Southern Nash and Northern set up for next week. Timeout on the field. Folks, that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Southern Nash 10, Rocky Mount 0 here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
All right, guys, welcome back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Wes Bradshaw coming to you from atop the capstone, Rocky Mount High School. They are on the march. Handoff up the middle. Big hole. Dodges one, dodges two, up over the 15-yard line. And I believe that's going to be Sammy Gandy on the carry. It will be Gandy. Gandy gashing the Griffons for a big gain on that play. And it'll bring up first down and 10 from the 15-yard line, and Southern Nash wasting absolutely no time as we get underway here in the second quarter. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, and Don Bullock Chevrolet. Big thanks to those four sponsors bringing you tonight's ball game and bringing you this season of the Game of the Week. Southern to the line. Handoff. Justin Vick fighting his way forward. A nice pickup from the Wolfpack bound running back. Southern big threat here early in the second quarter. Rocky Mount have not been able to get much of anything going offensively in this ball game. Defense has carried the season for the Griffons, and if those guys are on their heels getting pushed backwards, Rocky Mount could be in trouble in this football game. Southern to the line. Folks, Brock Alford threw a touchdown pass. We haven't seen him back in since. Handoff right side. Justin Vick spins over a tackle. He's going to be down about the 1-yard line. Nice gain on the play. 10:48 to go as they move the sticks. First down inside the 2-yard line. Got that ball right at the 1. Southern Nash going to try to punch it in, take a commanding lead in this ball game. Snap, handoff up the middle, bruising his way in. Let's see a signal. I haven't seen a signal yet. Put 6 on the board, Firebird fans. That's a Southern Nash touchdown. Dawson May, the senior fullback, barreling his way into the end zone. And at 10:19 here in the second quarter, Southern Nash have pushed this to a 3-score advantage pending the extra point. And Rocky Mount's looking around going, what has happened? Daniels on to attempt the extra point. And a lot of movement up front. We're not even going to attempt this one. Flag on the play. Believe it's going to be against Southern. Thought I saw early movement. Nope. Going to be an encroachment against Rocky Mount. So Rocky Mount came off the end a little quick. So the Firebirds may be lined up to go for 2. Be another one from a yard out, just like the play they just ran. Hand off right side. Into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. That was Justin Vick. So, it just got worse for Rocky Mount. They trail at 18-0 with 10:19 to go here in the second quarter. The JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Southern going to be kicking it off. Here's another one of those tall mortar kicks. Rocky Mount fair catches. And they will have the ball spotted. Spot that about the 24-yard line. Stephon Jones back out for the Griffons, and they desperately need to get something going offensively. Rocky Mount trails 17-0, just over 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Take out 1 week against Goldsboro. This Rocky Mount team has not put up a lot of points this season. Handoff. It's going to be last man through. Nice run. Breaks it outside. Still on his feet. Going. Big run. Down at around the 30-yard line, and there's going to be a late flag coming in. Jaquan Horn coming on that inside handoff. A huge response of a run from the Griffons. And now let's see what our penalty is going to be. Right, so after that penalty, Rocky Mount going to get 15 more tacked on top of it. Ball going to be spotted at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Griffons. I believe that may have been a face mask where they were pulling Horn down. That's exactly what Rocky Mount needed, was that sort of an answer. Needed a big play. Get the crowd into this ball game and get them mentally back into it. Rocky Mount trails by 17. If they can get something in here, though, it's a new football game. Jones, toss, Horn looking some running room, puts his head down, slides out of 1. Jaquan Horn going to pick up about 4. Let's give him 5 yards on that play, down at the 10-yard line. Second down coming up for Rocky Mount. First time tonight we've seen the Rocky Mount offense looking like they have a purpose when they head up to the line. I like seeing that. Jones going to line up under center on this one. Going around the left side, looking for some running room down near the 5-yard line. Nice run for Elijah Battle, number 17. And Battle, going to be about a yard short of the first down. Ball spot at the 6-yard line. Third and 1 coming up for the Griffons. Jones goes under center. And a false start against Rocky Mount. Folks, that penalty is going to drop you from 3rd and 1 back to 3rd and 6. Folks, we talked about earlier, Rocky Mount, the penalties, there haven't been an overabundance of them against Rocky Mount, but every one of them has come at a brutal moment for the Griffons. Jones looking to throw. Jones in trouble. Man in his face. Throw. Caught. And unfortunately, that's an offensive lineman catching that ball, folks. That's an ineligible receiver. Now, trust me, as a former lineman myself, I would have loved to have caught that ball and run it in. You wouldn't have stopped my end zone dance at this point, but it's an ineligible receiver. He can't be the first one to touch the football down the field. Officials are discussing this. That's certainly not going to stand. There are flags down all over the place. And it is ineligible receiver. So back-to-back penalties against Rocky Mount. And the Griffons, who had started this drive so positively, are going the wrong way. After the personal foul, Rocky Mount had 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. They're now up to 3rd and 16 after it being 3rd and 1. And now ball going to be spotted back at the 26-yard line, so add a little more to it. So here we go. 3rd and long now for the Griffons, who just moments ago were sniffing inside the 10-yard line. Looked like everything was set up for him. Jones, throw back. And a loss on the play. Good job by Southern Nash. Really nice coverage by the Firebirds. Looked like it was Bryson Richardson in on that one. Excuse me, that may have been Madison Jones. I've got 2 14s for Southern Nash, so don't get mad at me. Loss on the play. It'll be 4th down now for the Griffons. 4th and about 25. Jones in shotgun. He's got a man behind him. And flag on the play. I'll show you, looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. Suppose we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. 7:10 to go here in the first half. 18-0. Southern leading Rocky Mount on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
And welcome you back on the JR's Maintenance High School Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Rocky Mount coming off that commercial break. Jones drops. Jones puts it up. He's going deep. And off the hands of Battle. Folks, that was not his, or excuse me, that's Jaquan Horn. It was not going to be an easy catch, but Horn had his hands on it. Feels he should have pulled it in. That would have, at the worst, have gotten him a first down. I think Horn also wants some pass interference. Didn't get it, so a turnover on downs. Folks, Rocky Mount had 3rd and 1 at the 6-yard line and just ended up having to throw a bomb on 4th down. If that tells you how that drive went. Griffons turn it over on downs. Southern Nash takes over. Ball spot on the 30. They've scored once already in this quarter. And handoff in the middle, that's going absolutely nowhere. Traylon Mitchell running into a wall of blue. Second down coming up for Firebirds. As I mentioned earlier, Zyshawn White. So that's who I have listed for number 9 in my book, is lined up at quarterback. Brock Alford threw a touchdown pass earlier. We haven't seen him since. Mitchell, toss sweep going around left side. He'll pick up a yard. So we haven't gotten any sort of an update on Mitchell, or excuse me, on Alford. But he threw a nice touchdown pass earlier. I can give you that at least. Handoff going on the right side, breaking in the secondary. Still on his feet, a big run for Sammy Gandy. Big run, a big first down. Oh, man, big play there by Southern Nash. That flips the field. They're now in Rocky Mount territory, and they're about 15, 16 yards deep into Rocky Mount territory. Ball on the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Firebirds. White with the keeper going around right side. Going to be stopped, flag down on the play. Let's see what this is going to come down to. Penalty against Southern Nash. That's going to back them up. So now Southern Nash telling Rocky Mount, whatever you can do, we can do too when it comes to the penalties. All right, Southern with a tight formation. Man in motion's Mitchell. And Mitchell actually took the handoff. Mitchell going around left side. He's across the original line. He's got a first down and more. Traylon Mitchell. Looks, they got that snap and handoff so quick. I didn't realize Mitchell had the ball. I thought he had just gone in motion. Instead, Mitchell takes it for a huge gain. Ball spotted on the 28-yard line. And actually, okay, it looks like he had stepped out of bounds, so it's 2nd down for Southern. Handoff up the middle, going to get them to about close to the 25-yard line. So Southern's still going to be a yard short. They'll get the 26, couple yards short. Clock runs 4:45 to go here in the second quarter. It's 18-0. Southern Nash leading the Rocky Mount Griffons. Going around right side, nice run, Jackson Vick. He's going to have enough to get the first down. Ball spot on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 Southern Nash. White under center snap, inside handoff. Breaking a tackle, staying on his feet, getting to the outside. Nice run. On that carry for Southern Nash, that was Nathaniel Palacios, number 28. Palacios stays in. He's going to be lined up to the left in the backfield. Handoff, that's Mitchell. Mitchell fighting his way forward. Mitchell still on his feet. He'll be going down. Nice, decent little gain on first down, couple of yards. Gets Southern inside the 5-yard line. Let's see. Yep, they're going to place that ball right on the 5. 2nd down and goal, Southern Nash from the 5. Rocky Mount need a stop. Griffons find themselves down 18 as we're approaching late into the second quarter. Handoff right side, fighting forward for yardage. Coming up just short of the goal line is Sammy Gandy. Ball spot at the 1. 3rd down. Southern getting that call in from the sideline. Southern, one of the only teams you still see that the quarterback runs to the sideline to talk to the coach and then bring the play back to the huddle. This day and age with the hurry-ups, the spreads, a lot of times they just get a signal from the sideline. Southern still runs to the sideline, takes the call. Handoff up the middle, put 6 on the board, Firebird fans. That is a Southern Nash touchdown. And for the second time today, big Dawson May has found the end zone for the Firebirds. And Southern Nash is in complete control tonight here in Rocky Mount. Daniels on to attempt his extra point. Or they end up going for 2 due to a penalty against Rocky Mount. Daniels extra point on the way. And it is good. Well, hold that back, folks. I think we had a flag on the play. Let's take that extra point off the board. Back them up 5 yards. They're going to try it again. Snap, hold, and that one's blocked. Extra point is blocked. So 24-0. Southern Nash leading Rocky Mount. Firebirds are in control. 2:15 to go in the first half. We're on the game of the week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
And welcome you back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Southern Nash in control here at the Capstone. They take on the Rocky Mount Griffons 24-0 as we are getting near halftime. Rocky Mount in desperate need of putting some points on the board. Don't forget, Southern will have the ball first in the second half. And here's a nice kickoff return from Rocky Mount. Up over midfield is Horn. And a nice return from the young man. And Rocky Mount should have some good field position as we get ready to take it on near halftime. Griffon offense comes back. It'll be Jones. All right, Griffon's good field position. Best they've started with tonight. Jones looking to throw, steps back, throw, caught at the 40. Little shimmy, little shuffle, fighting his way up near the 30-yard line, still on his feet. He'll go out about the 31, and that was Cialio Alphonse. With the catch and the run, Rocky Mount moving the ball down the field to see if Rocky Mount can get themselves in the end zone before the end of this half. Handoff up the middle, big hole. And running his way down near the 20-yard line is Cameron Jones. And Jones is slow to get up for the Griffons. He does eventually make his way up. So we won't have a stoppage due to that. Jones will come out of the ballgame. Nice run from Cameron Jones. We're going to have a timeout on the field. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, and of course, Don Bullock Chevrolet. Big thanks to all those fantastic sponsors who have made this season possible here on WHIG TV. Jones, snap, looks, throws to the flat, and that is just a drop. Jamez Holland had his hands on the football. Check it, folks. That's not Holland. That's DeMarge Mitchell. Excuse me. That 6 was looking a lot like an 8. Not to besmirch the name of Jamez Holland. That was Mitchell unable to reel that pass in. That was a nice looking throw from Jones. If Mitchell pulls it in, turns upfield, and may have had a chance. Snap, keeper, Jones runs it himself. He's going to be up over the 15. So we talked about this, an important possession for Rocky Mount. Southern getting the ball first in the second half. They lead at 24-0. Battle of unbeaten Big East teams. Jones in all kinds of trouble. Nothing but white shirts around him. And he will go down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss on the play. Timeout on the play. 36 seconds remaining here in the half. Fourth down coming up for the Griffons. Snap. Jones in trouble. Jones slides one. He's going to get dropped from the backside. Never had a chance on that. Southern bringing pressure. And Dustin Hall, the junior defensive tackle, dropping Stephon Jones on the play. And that will end the Griffon drive. Southern will take over late. Alford back in the ball game. I would assume at this point Southern might just run the ball on the line once. Just see if they can break anything. Other than that, they're in a very good spot going to halftime. And Alford will take the snap. He will drop it down to a knee. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors as we go to the half. New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans apply today. 2 locations to serve you, Wilson and Tarboro. Looks like are we going to have another play to have to do this? Oh, well. JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. The Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Also, Trade-It's now open inside the small shops. And Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard, Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Folks, as we go to halftime, Southern Nash in command. They lead 24-0 over Rocky Mount. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the second half kickoff on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
And welcome everyone back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Looks coming out of halftime. Southern Nash in control, 24-0. They lead Rocky Mount. See what Rocky Mount was able to come up with at halftime. Offensively, Rocky Mount had some nice explosive plays. Their best drive, they were down inside the 10-yard line, and then penalties took them out of any kind of a scoring position. Ended up turning over on downs near the end of the half after coming up with a few big plays. But the Griffons need to do something. Griffons go for the onside kick. Southern does a good job, comes up with it. And they will control the football. Just looking ahead for the Firebirds next week, they are once again the game of the week as they host the Knights of Northern Nash, depending on what Northern does in their game. How Southern Nash finishes this one, that could be a battle of 4-0 conference teams, only one loss between them. Toss sweep going around right side. Justin Vick is into the Rocky Mount side of the field. He'll be tackled about the 41-yard line. It'll definitely be enough to move the sticks, and it'll be a first down, Southern Nash. Coming out of that commercial, big thanks to coming out of the half, a big thanks to our sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, and Don Bullock Chevrolet. Toss sweep coming around right side. That's Justin Vick again. Vick kind of hesitates and fires forward. He'll pick up a few yards. He'll bring up second down. Southern Nash came into this ballgame undefeated 6-0. Wins against East Wake, CB Aycock, South Granville out of conference. 3 conference wins already, Nash Central, Roanoke Rapids, and Bunn. Same 3 teams Rocky Mount had beaten to go 3-0 in conference. Handoff going around left side, that's Mitchell. Mitchell will fire forward for a few yards. Third down and let's call this 3 coming up for the Firebirds. As for the Griffons next week, they head to Franklinton. Hand off right side. Going forward, let's see where we're going to get a spot. Looks like the spot's going to come up a little short for Southern. And, of course, folks, the week after that, the Griffons in the regular season taking a trip over to Northern Nash, which, depending on outcomes of all these games, could be a straight-up game just for the conference championship. If Rocky Mount wants that to happen, though, they're going to have to do some work. We have an injured Firebird down on the field. And let's take an injury timeout at 10:31. All right, here we are, back to action. Toss left side, Mitchell. Mitchell, they had him in the backfield instead. He slips a tackle, stays on his feet. And it looks like he stepped out of bounds before getting there, but definitely enough for the first down. One of the Rocky Mount linebackers had him in the backfield. That could have been a big play for Rocky Mount. They're unable to make it. Southern gets the first down, ball at the 19-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 Firebirds. And inside handoff, breaking a tackle, breaking a second with Sammy Gandy. Put 6 on the board, Firebird fans. Wait. Yes, that is a Southern Nash touchdown. Sammy Gandy from 19 yards out. Well, let's make sure, folks. I thought we had a touchdown. Okay, we did have a touchdown. There's our kicker coming out. Gandy from 19 broke a couple tackles and just ran away at the end of it. Nice play by Sammy. Kick is up. Extra point is good. And folks, Southern Nash have come to Rocky Mountain tonight, and they have stamped their label of authority on this conference. They lead it 31-0, 9:48 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick commercial timeout. Back with more on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and we'll save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
All right, folks, welcome back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Southern Nash and Rocky Mount. Folks, tonight it has been all Firebirds here at the Capstone. Southern Nash leading at 31-0 as they will kick it off to the Griffons. And almost a little miscommunication on the reception of it, and Rocky Mount ends up actually losing a couple yards on the return. So the Griffon offense will come out. They trail it 31-0. Rocky Mount in desperate need of getting something on the board if they want to make this competitive. Handoff going around left side, first down and more. Big run by Rocky Mount. Cameron Jones going to be over midfield out to about the 36-yard line. Nice run by Jones, and we have a Firebird trying to make his way to his feet, and he will make his way up. He's suffering from something, but let's see if 15 is going to stay in for Southern. Looks like he may be coming out. He will be, and that was, I believe, Thomas Copeland. Second man through again for Rocky Mount. This time, excuse me, folks. This time that's Jaquan Horn. Horn going to get him up just shy of the 30. Second down coming up for Rocky Mount. Those are the Griffons we mentioned. 2 regular season games left, Franklinton and Northern Nash. Griffons 5 wins on the season. Handoff left side, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet is Jones. Jones finally driven out around the 15-yard line. Nice run from Cameron Jones around the left side. And it's going to be enough for a Rocky Mount first down. Ball spot just inside the hash on the 15. Griffons to the line, moving with purpose. Jones has a receiver split out to the left. First man up the middle took that. Nice deception. That'll be Battle on the carry. I'll check it. That's actually Cameron Jones on that carry. My mistake. Ball down to the 12. Rocky Mount can get a first down at the 5. Strikingly, same position they were in earlier in the ballgame. See if this one ends any better for him. Jones, keeper, he's rolling out to his right. Oh, had Battle open with some running room. They're unable to connect on the throw. And you see Elijah Battle is very upset about it. Jones sets up his shotgun. Got Cameron Jones behind him. They do a check to the side, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. Play coming back up the middle, and Rocky Mount's going to be close to a first down. And see where they're going to get a spot. All right, looks like they're going to be just short, ball on the 6-yard line. And once again, a check to the sideline, and we've got a stoppage of play. Southern National Abbey is going to be a penalty against Southern, so that's going to mark it off, and Rocky Mount going to get a first down out of that. All right, ball down to 3. Griffons trying to punch it in, looking for their first score of the ball game. Jones, handoff, Battle. Battle's going to scoot his way in, put 6 on the board, Griffon fans. That's a Rocky Mount touchdown. As the Griffons find the end zone for the first time this evening. And they start to take a chunk out of that Southern Nash lead. Young Christian Buck on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold, Buck's kick is on the way, and it's good. So Rocky Mount finds the scoreboard. Southern Nash 31, Rocky Mount 7. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more third quarter action here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
Folks, welcome back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week here on WHIG TV. Rocky Mount gets on the scoreboard with 6:39 to go here in the third quarter. They trail Southern Nash 31-7. But hey, if the Griffons are going to do something spectacular, you got to start somewhere, and getting on the board is a good place for it. Rocky Mount to kick it off, folks. Every time we've seen Rocky Mount kick off this year, it's pretty much been an onside kick. Oh, okay, this time they are going to go ahead and boot it down the field. And up with it, I believe that's Jackson Vick on the return. Nice return for Jackson. Late flag coming in. That's usually a forebearer of, as myself and Ed Green like to call them, the extracurricular activities. And not the kind that you put on your college application. All right, so after it's said and done, that's going against Rocky Mount. And Southern, who had a nice return, get more tapped onto it. It's good field position for the Firebirds. They're going to start the Rocky Mount 47-yard line, first down and 10. Good to see Alford back in the ballgame for Southern. We were a little worried if maybe he had picked up an injury earlier, but he is back in. Handoff. Picking up some positive yardage is Justin Braswell, the senior. Came to about a yard and a half on the play, be just shy of the 45-yard line. Ball on the 46. I see that hash now. I see you out there, Hash, trying to hide from me. And on the keeper, that's Alford. After they spot him, Alford picks up a couple yards on the keeper, bring up third down and 7 for Southern Nash. It's here in the third quarter. Southern scored to make it 31-0. Griffons answered, made it 31-7. Toss coming left side. Mitchell. I think he's going to be short of the first down. Let's see where they're going to spot him out at. He will be short. It'll bring up fourth down. Fourth down about a yard. See if Southern can keep the ball moving. Handoff right side. Looks like they are going to have enough for the first down. That'll move the sticks. Player down the field. We'll take a quick injury timeout. All right, after that injury timeout, Southern Nash comes out first down. Firebirds doing what they love to do, which is physically run the football. Mitchell, toss out to the left. He cuts back inside. Mitchell's going to have a first down and more. Well, it's Justin Vick is the guy who, with good reason, gets a lot of the publicity on this team. Traylon Mitchell's a going, though. So it looks like we have another Griffon down and injured. Injury timeout. All right, folks, come out with that injury timeout. Southern Nash moving the football. Handoff going right side. That is Justin Vick. Vick looking for daylight, and he's going to be taken down around the 5-yard line. A nice physical run by the NC State-bound Justin Vick. Tell you, Dave Doran has got to be excited to be getting a young man with that kind of potential, that kind of athleticism coming into his program. He did pretty good with the last guy he took from Southern Nash, as Zonovan Knight, putting together a very nice career at NC State. Toss right side. Vick puts his head down, fires forward. Puts 6 on the board, Firebird fans. That is a Southern Nash touchdown. Justin Vick fights his way into it. And the Firebirds answer the Griffon touchdown with one of their own, and they're an extra point away from pushing that lead back out to 31 points. Once again, it'll be Daniels coming out to kick the extra point. Extra point is up, and it is good. With 4:19 remaining here in the third quarter, Southern Nash 38, Rocky Mount 7. As we'll take a quick break on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
And we're welcoming you back here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Southern Nash leading Rocky Mount 38-7. We're late in the third quarter. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, and of course Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. And this kickoff going to bounce at about the 1. Rocky Mount's got to pick it up and run it out. And still on his feet. Folks, needless to say, you saw it. I'll just give you my analysis. That did not go well for Rocky Mount. Griffon's return men were expecting that ball to bounce into the end zone and take it out to the 20. Instead, it decided to bounce straight up and die at about the 2-yard line. It has not bounced the way of the blue and gold very often tonight. And sometimes that's just how it goes on a Friday night or Thursday night. Whatever. Just waiting on these personnel grievance to come out, folks. Griffons will take over. They had the ball at their 3-yard line. Oh, so don't forget next week's game of the week. This Southern Nash team, who, unless something drastic happens, they're going to be 4-0 in conference. They'll be 7-0 overall. They're going to be traveling to Northern Nash, who are a big favorite against Franklinton on Friday night, which means that is a huge football game next week. And we'll have it for you here on WHIG TV. Southern is bringing it to the line. They are daring Rocky Mountain to do something. And we got flags on the play, and that's going to be a false start coming up against Rocky Mountain. Griffons are frustrated. Half the distance to the goal line. Jones. Jones goes deep. And that ball was caught. Hey, great throw from Jones and a great catch from Cialio Alphonse. They get out of the shadow of their own goal line. Jones, a one-step drop and put it up on the go route. Alphonse coming up with it, and Rocky Mount quickly has something cooking on this drive. That's a 30-yard pickup. Ball out to the 31. Rocky Mount was on their own one. And we've got a flag on the play, stoppage of play here. And it's going to be offside against Southern Nash, so Rocky Mount going to get 5 here. Ball out at the 36-yard line. 1st and 5 for the Griffons. Battle against some running room. He's not going to find any. See where they spot him. I believe they're going to get him back to about the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd down and 5 for Rocky Mount. Jones under center. Jones still has it. Jones looking deep. And we've got flags down all over the place. Well, it's looking deep, I believe, for Alphonse. Those flags are definitely back in the pass interference territory, and that is what it'll be. It'll be pass interference against Southern Nash, so Rocky Mount. After the penalty, they're going to pick up a 1st down. Ball out to the Southern 49-yard line. Griffons 2 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. He's got a halfback and a wingback. Handoff up the middle. It's not going much anywhere. Gain of a yard on the play. Jones drops, man in his face, throws, complete. And it's Alphonse again out near the 35-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 36-yard line. Jones, quick throw, quick completion up the field. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Griffons. Jones quickly to the line. Handoff coming around left side. That's Elijah Battle. Battle slips a tackle. Gets himself inside the 15-yard line. The Rocky Mount offense, I suppose they picked up the pace of it, and suddenly things starting to go their way a little better. I like the quicker pace of this offense. Ball at the 13-yard line will be 1st down for Rocky Mount. Man in motion, and looks like we're going to have a flag down the play. It's going to be a false start against the Griffons' offensive line. Jason Battle making a personnel switch. And that play never developed. Southern Nash just enveloped the Rocky Mount offensive line And they dropped Stephen Jones for a loss on the play. That'll be a sack in the book. All right, Griffons. Let's see if this new personnel package, DeAndre Lynch is in the ball game, and we've got more movement up front. Looks like this time may have come from the Southern Nash side. So the 5 Rocky Mount just lost. Look like they're going to get right back. And folks, that is going to be the end of the third quarter. Southern Nash 38, Rocky Mount 7 on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week, WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and we'll save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
So welcome back to the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Start of the fourth quarter. The Griffons are on the move. Jones, throw, caught. Oh, no. Take that off. Dropped. Wes Bradshaw getting ahead of himself, getting all excited, folks. It happens sometimes, you know. Drop on the play was Horn, the intended receiver. And that brings up third down and long for the Griffons. Look, Southern Nash tonight, this was their biggest test of the season. They came out, folks, the bell rang and Southern came out firing. Rocky Mount looked stunned for a while. It's calmed down some in the second half, but still Rocky Mount has had their issues tonight. Throw, interception. And it's Justin Vick. Who else would pull that? Justin Vick going to bring it out near the 30-yard line. And there's a flag down on the play. Let's see what our flag is going to be, but a pick that kills that Rocky Mount drive. And it's going to be holding against Southern Nash after the pick, so that'll cause them to lose some yardage on the return. Ball will be spotted back at the 24-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Firebirds. Folks, it looks like the publicized bet on this game between Rocky Mount Mayor Lige Daughtridge. Take that back, folks. I had the wrong Rocky Mount Mayor. That's Sandy Robertson, the Rocky Mount Mayor. Thank you. I had Lodge in my head for some reason. Ball comes out on the fumble. Ball is loose. And I believe Southern, all right, Southern will hold on to it. Rocky Mount Mayor Sandy Robertson, got that, didn't I? And North Carolina Senator Lisa Barnes. They had a bet on this game. Robertson, of course, a Rocky Mount alumnus, and Lisa Barnes, a Southern Nash alumnus, and it looks like tonight Lisa Barnes is going to come out as the winner on this one. So it's been kind of a trend this year. I've seen some of the bets going down between the principals of schools and all this stuff. Hey, whatever helps drive some interest in it, I'm down for. Hand off behind the line. Good job by Rocky Mount to attack forward. Mitchell going to lose some yardage. That was D'Angelo Johnson, big sophomore, 6'1", 260 pounds. Sorry to do that to Elijah Daughtridge. I mean, I don't think he wants that job. I don't think anybody wants that job. Sandy's doing a good job, but does anyone really want that job at this point? Whew, I don't want to be in that hot seat. I'm in enough of one right now, folks. Toss sweep right side. That's Vic. And Vic fighting his way forward. A little surprising to still see Justin Vick out there in a 38-7 game in the fourth quarter. See if you can protect those legs. Maybe have him ready for Northern Nash next week. If Northern Nash goes and beats Franklinton on Friday night, so that is a massive late season matchup, a real resurgence in the spring season and in this season for Northern Nash, the football program. Flag down the play. It looks like it's going to be an early offside against Rocky Mount. That should be enough to move the sticks. And it'll be a first down Southern Nash. So Rocky Mount once again doing themselves no favors. Northern Nash, back in the spring, they have the resurgence in the shortened COVID season. And this fall, they have been just fantastic. We'll talk about them in a moment. Handoff, left side, Gandy pushing his way forward. Sammy Gandy is a bull. Sammy the Bull. Anybody ever been called that? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Oh, man, nice run out of the 41-yard line. But, folks, take a quick look at Northern Nash. We mentioned a 6-0 Southern Nash. Northern Nash is 6-1. Their only loss... Well, I had their schedule up, and then it ran away from me. Northern Nash's only loss came in Week 3 to D.H. Conley, a 34-32 game that they lost at Conley. Other than that, they have been putting up big numbers on people this year. Handoff going around left side. Mitchell! It's a race! He gone! Put 6 on the board, Firebird fans. That is a Southern Nash touchdown. Folks, young Traylon Mitchell said, why are you talking about Northern Nash? You got me. I'm out here doing stuff right now. So Mitchell runs that in for a long touchdown run, and Southern Nash continues to increase their lead tonight. Folks, we are going to talk a little bit more about Northern Nash, so don't you worry. I do want to dive into that team. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there next Friday night. Not my week to call the ball game, but it should be a really good one. At this point, it looks like definitely our game of the year. Southern on to attempt the extra point. It'll be Daniels. Daniels has done a good job tonight. Had one blocked earlier, but other than that, he's put them through. I jinx him. I didn't jinx him. Extra point is good. 45-7. Southern Nash in complete control of this football game tonight. And with 9:29 left, we'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with more on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans. Apply today at 2405 West Nash Street in Wilson and 2226 North Main Street in Tarboro.
Small Shops Marketplace is now Small Shops Mall. We're still the same inside with dozens of locally owned shops, all under one roof. Local shop local at Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building.
If you are afraid of new car prices, afraid you owe too much on your trade, afraid of your past credit history, afraid you need a big down payment, Don Bullock Chevrolet in Rocky Mount says,
Don't be. With over 30 new cars and trucks, we've got yours. All priced to move and will save you thousands. Or choose a pre-owned to fit your lifestyle and budget. Happy Halloween from Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing business the better way for over 100 years, where you don't have to be afraid.
And welcome you back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. This penalty after the extra point has moved the ball to the Rocky Mount 45. Southern Nash going to be kicking it off. Firebirds have been dominant tonight. They lead at 45-7. We are here in the fourth quarter. See if Rocky Mount has a get off the mat and punch back at least. You'd hate to see a team like Rocky Mount who it's an interesting position right now with the program at Rocky Mount. No JV team this season, so everybody's playing varsity. You've got some young guys playing. It's been somewhat of an up and down season. The Griffons won their first game. They lost the next two. They've won their last four, and then I think spirits were high coming into Southern tonight, and it's fallen a little flat. But let's see if the Griffons have some fight left in them. Probably not going to win this football game, but let's see if they can, as we used to call it, show some of that Griffon pride. Handoff left side, and that's not going much of anywhere. Second down coming up. Folks, big thanks to today's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, and Don Bullock Chevrolet. Big thanks to those sponsors making tonight's game possible. Griffons come to the line, second down. Horn in motion, and we've got a flag. Way too many of those for Rocky Mountain tonight. Another false start against the Griffons. It's just been a combination of things. They've had penalties. They've had some drop passes. They've had some blown coverages. They've had some missed tackles. On top of it, Southern Nash has just been really physically dominant up front in this ballgame. Horn in motion. Handoff. That's Elijah Battle. Battle fights his way forward, breaks his tackle. Battle into the secondary. He's going to be down to about the 40-yard line. Nice run by Elijah Battle. Gets the Griffons out of some trouble. Ball will be spotted nose of the ball on the 40. 1st and 10, Rocky Mount. Battle, handoff around the backside. Battle going to get over the 45. He's going to fire his way forward to about the 47-yard line. And if nothing else, Elijah Battle showing some fight here. A couple of back-to-back nice runs for the young man. Battle in those high-vis orange gloves. You can pick him out from a long way away tonight. Not going to say that doesn't help the announcers. And feed him one more time, Elijah Battle. Battle slips a tackle. He's over the 50. Going to be down about the 48-yard line. Good run for Elijah Battle, and it'll be a first down for Rocky Mount. Here it is, ball spot the 48-yard line. Folks, we are in the fourth quarter. It's 45-7 Southern Nash. Griffons are on the move. Stephon Jones lined up in shotgun. He's got a receiver down to his right. Stoppage of play. And the officials are raising the roof, as they're apt to do from time to time. All right, so that quick stoppage of play, Rocky Mount going to take a chance to huddle up. Alfonso's already split out wide to the right. He's got a running back. He's got two wings. Looking to go deep. Jones puts it up for Alphonse. Alphonse behind the defense. And, just unable to get it on the second chance. Nice defending from Zion Nicholson. He's been on the island a few times tonight with Alphonse. Alphonse is a talented receiver. Has a good body on him. 6'2", about 180 pounds. Runs well, can jump. But Nichols doing a good job of keeping that ball out of his hands. Griffons to the line. Jones. Backside handoff. Running room. Big running room. Let's see if he can cut the angle. Cannot cut it down. Put 6 on the board. Griffon fans, that is a long touchdown run, and that's freshman Isaiah Silver with the touchdown run. And that's a response that Rocky Mount needed. That was a nice drive orchestrated by Jones and topped off by the long touchdown run from Isaiah Silver. And from one freshman to another, Christian Buck on to attempt the extra point, the freshman kicker for the Griffons. Snaps low, they get it down. Buck's extra point, not gonna make it. Extra point, no good. So Rocky Mount, they throw a punch themselves with 7:01 to go here in the ballgame. 45-13, Southern Nash leads the Griffons. Looks we're gonna jump right into a kickoff situation. Strachan gonna be kicking it off. Strachan boots it deep. Bouncing off one tackler before a whole host of Griffons brings down the return man. All right, so here we go. Southern Nash comes back out. They lead at 45-13, midway through the fourth quarter. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, The Small Shops Mall, and Don Bullock Chevrolet. Toss going on the right side. Absolutely. Oh, it's taken out of the hands of the running back, and that's going to be a touchdown. Put 6 on the board, Griffon fans. That is a Rocky Mount touchdown. Folks, DeAndre Lynch literally just took the ball out of the hands of Zion Nicholson. There's a flag down at the 26. Let's see what that's going to be. Physically, Lynch wrapped him up, took the ball out of his hands, and returned it for a touchdown. Let's see if this is going to stand. Penalty's going to be against Southern Nash. It'll be declined. Touchdown. So it does stand. Look at that, Rocky Mount scoring 2 touchdowns in about a 30-second span. And folks, we talk about the Griffons needing to get off the mat and throw a punch. Well, they just threw a counter punch as well. If the long run from Silver was the right jab, this is that sneaky little hook coming around from the left side. All right, Buck on to attempt the extra point. 45-20 now. Excuse me, 45-19 at the moment. Christian Buck, extra point is up, and it's good. All right, folks, 6:46 to go. It's 45-20. Southern Nash leads Rocky Mount. Back on the JR's Maintenance High School football game of the week. 45-20, 6:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Rocky Mount trailing Southern Nash with the Griffons putting up a late fight. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors. New Southern Loans, 2 locations to serve you in Wilson and Tarboro. JR's Maintenance, commercial and industrial metal fabrication services. Small Shops Mall at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Trade It, now open inside the small shops. And Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. All right, so there was a penalty against Southern Nash after the kick. So now Rocky Mount going to be kicking off from the 45-yard line. Strachan boots it deep, and it will roll into the end zone for a touchback. Southern Nash offense comes back on the field. The last drive ended violently and abruptly with DeAndre Lynch stripping the ball carrier Nicholson and waltzing himself into the end zone for a score. It's late in this ball game. Southern Nash, they're going to just want to run the clock, and get on the bus and head back to Stanhope. See if there's any surprises remaining in this ball game tonight. Folks, earlier we were talking about Northern Nash, which is going to be Southern Nash's opponent next week. Northern's been putting up big numbers, 53 against Southwest, 40 against Topsail, 32 in a losing effort to D.H. Conley, 69 against Washington, 41 against Bund, 42 against Rowrap, and 49 last week against Nash Central. This team that's scoring the football, they're playing some really good defense, a really nice set of linebackers over at Northern. Bunch of underclassmen, too. That's what's scary about these Knights. Handoff around right side, firing forward. That may be close to the first down. Votes for Northern Nash. This has been a long time coming for them. They've waited for years to get a winner back on the field at Northern, and they get one in the COVID spring, I guess we call it, the COVID spring, and now they are having one this fall. They were 4-2 back in the spring season. Losses to Hunt and Rocky Mount. They did defeat Southern Nash last year in Bailey 39-14. That was, of course, back in March. So Northern Nash with a one-game winning streak, I guess, in that series. That'll be something to keep your eye on. Handoff go to the middle. That's not going far at all. So it looks like Southern Nash has number 89 in at quarterback. That'll be the first time I've ever seen 89 taking snaps before. I don't have him on my roster. Second down coming up. Clock continues to run. So we mentioned the Griffons head to Franklinton next week. They'll look to bounce back from this one. Handoff not going much of anywhere. Folks, back in the spring, the Griffons, 6-2. They won the conference. They were the conference champions. Went 5-0 in the conference. Their only loss, they lost to Rollsville during the regular season, their second game of the year, and then lost to Eastern Alamance in the playoffs. Once again, they beat Southern Nash 28-26 last year, so Southern getting some revenge for that one. And, of course, they played Fike and Hunt, both Wilson teams last year. It's the conference realignment since then. They're no longer in the conference. Don't ask me why. And they played Nash Central in a non-conference game, which they won 42-0. That, of course, back in the spring season. Griffons have lost some firepower this season. They're not the same team they were back in the spring. But that's just something they've got to figure out going forward tonight. If this holds, they're going to be 5-3 and 3-1 in the conference. Yes, the conference that I continue to call the Big East, even though I don't think it's called the Big East anymore until they give me a better name. It's the Big East. What's East Conference 17? That's just terrible. Just laziness. I think I need to run the state. What do you guys think? Let me know. Check out my Twitter handle, @WestBradshaw21. All right, Southern Nash going to take a timeout here with 3:02 remaining. 45-20, they lead it. All right, so back to action. Southern Nash going to be punting it away after the timeout. It's the punt. Nice punt. Very nice punt. It's going to roll at about the 20-yard line. Rocky Mountain will take over. All right, so let's see if the Griffons have one more in them tonight as they take the field one more time. Let's talk about Northern Nash. Say it one more time. That is our game of the week coming up next week. Northern Nash traveling to Southern Nash. We'll go ahead and say at this point, I believe conference championship will be on the line. Well, I'm assuming Northern Nash is going to win on Friday night, but you know me. All right, Jones goes up top, goes deep. That ball is caught by Alphonse. Hey, okay, ball pops out of the end, but he was down. Alphonse coming up with a catch. He's made some tough catches tonight. Rocky Mount could just consistently get that offense going. They've got some weapons out there. Just got to find that consistency. When you look at the roster, though, Stephon Jones is a junior. DeAndre Lynch is a junior. Alphonse is a junior. Those guys should be back next year. Elijah Battle's a junior. DeMarge Mitchell, who we haven't called his name much tonight, but he's a playmaker for him. He's a junior. So Rocky Mount, maybe taking some lumps this year. We'll see what they do this year. And that guy obviously seems to know what to do with the football. Isaiah Silver, he had the long touchdown run earlier, picks up a nice gain. So the Griffons moving down the field, seeing if maybe they can punch one more in tonight. Obviously not going to mean much at the end of the day, but it could mean something at least to this group. Trying to get some confidence to go to Franklinton next week. Oh, snap. Up. Jones throws it deep. He's got a man open. Put 6 on the board, Griffon fans. That is a Rocky Mount touchdown. That is 31 coming up with that. I've got 2 31s, but neither one of them is a defensive lineman or a nose guard. That's not who caught that football. I can't tell you who caught it. I don't have them on my roster. The 2 31s, I'll say the name just in case I do. I have a Miracle Sinclair and Marcus Toa as the 2 31s listed on my roster. But either way, a great throw and catch from Jones. Well, the Griffon offense showing a little bit of life here late. Christian Buck on to attempt the extra point. It's up, and it is good. All right, so a minute 37 to go, 45-27, Southern Nash leading Rocky Mount. And we'll get ready for the kickoff. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, New Southern Loans, JR's Maintenance, The Small Shop Small, and Don Bullock Chevrolet, the sponsors bringing you the high school football game of the week here on WHIG. All right, so Griffon's going to kick it away, and it's an onside kick, and it does go off a Rocky Mount player, not recovered by the Griffons, so it'll be a flag, and Southern Nash will take over. Fully expect Southern Nash to just go ahead and run out the clock here. So, folks, 2 weeks remaining in the high school football season. We're into the 3A versus 3A portion of the Eastern Conference 17. Still the Big East to me, by golly. Southern going to knock off Rocky Mount. Let's just look in the future and say that form holds true and that Northern Nash knocks off Franklinton tonight. That'll set up next week. Once again, our game of the week. Northern Nash going to Southern Nash, a battle of the unbeatens in the conference. And then Rocky Mount going to Franklinton, needing a win to get themselves back on track as Southern drops a knee. Folks, that leads up to the last week of the season, which in the 3A portion of the Big East, Rocky Mount, Northern Nash, the age-old rivalry. And then Southern Nash taking on Franklinton in the last week of the season. Folks, our game of the week that week, actually, we're going to head to Wilson County, and we're going to have you another age-old rivalry. The Hunt Warriors and the Fike Golden Demons will be our game of the week that week. But once again, next week, Southern Nash hosting the Knights of Northern Nash. Southern just running out the clock here, folks. One more time. New Southern Loans, personal and auto loans apply today. 2 locations to serve you in both Wilson and Tarboro. JR's Maintenance, commercial and industrial metal fabrication services. Proud to support their student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Traded is now open inside the small shops. And Don Bullock Chevrolet at 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. And Southern going to drop it one more time. Folks, that's going to just about do it for tonight. Your final score from the capstone: Southern Nash 45, Rocky Mount 27. Southern Nash goes to 7-0 on the season. They're 3-0. They're 4-0 now in Big East Conference play. And let me make sure I'm right on that. 4-0 now in league play. Rocky Mount goes to 5-3 on the season. They're 3-1 in the league. Folks, I'm Wes Bradshaw. We thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you guys next week for more on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.